why this is here. Use this one. And it's not on.
Okay.
Just need to turn it on, and it should be loud, and we got rid of the
Perfect. Thank you.
color.
Thank you.
Very nervous and excited. A lot of years. Very nervous and very excited.
Good. All right.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Hello. It is with immense gratitude that I stand before you today as we honor a leader who has given so very much to North Kansas City Schools, Dr. Terry Ward. That's right, good. My name is Rochelle Daniels. I'm the proud superintendent of North Kansas City Schools, and throughout my 26 years serving our school district, I've never known a board without Terry Ward. In that time, however, I've witnessed firsthand the vital role that the Board of Education plays in shaping the direction and success of our district. As a key member of that guiding team, Dr. Ward has been a steadfast and forward-thinking leader, bringing wisdom, vision, and a constant flow of ideas, most of which showed up in my inbox during the earliest hours of the morning. He's done all of that for more than 3 decades. In a world where change is constant, Dr. Ward has provided something truly important: stability. Through evolving challenges, shifting educational landscapes, and the natural cycles of leadership, Dr. Ward has been a voice of inspiration, clarity, and commitment. His presence on the board brought strategic cohesion to our work, helping to build a culture and shared focus on what matters most: our students. In contrast to stability and continuity, Dr. Ward has never been one to settle for the status quo. Whether advocating for innovative learning environments, supporting new pathways for student success, or calling for bold facility and technology improvements, he was always looking ahead, ensuring that we not only meet today's needs, but prepare for tomorrow's graduates. He has been a champion for early education, consistently advocating for increased access to quality pre-K learning opportunities for all North Kansas City Schools families. His belief in starting strong has helped expand programming and facilities to give our youngest learners the foundation that they need to thrive. Dr. Ward's vision also brought college and career readiness to the forefront of our work, enhancing opportunities for all students. He's been instrumental in boldly redefining the high school experience to provide students with meaningful, real-world learning activities and academics. He has robust opportunities that he's inspired via career pathways, and he's cultivated strong partnerships with local businesses, industries, and community organizations on behalf of the district. He understands that when we connect learning to life, we create futures full of possibility. This balance of consistency and dreaming big, of tradition and progress, is what has made Dr. Ward's leadership so exceptional. Much of what brings us pride in North Kansas City Schools bears his influence. As we dedicate this space in his name, alongside another extraordinary leader, Dr. R.B. Doolin, we celebrate not just a legacy, but a call to propel us forward. Dr. Ward, on behalf of the entire school district, our educators, staff, students, and families, I thank you for leading with strength and vision, for your incredible dedication to public education and service, and for helping shape a future that is bright to all who call North Kansas City Schools home. Congratulations on a well-deserved honor coming your way. Will you all now help me welcome Board President and longstanding colleague and friend of Dr. Ward's, Jan Kauk.
Well, thank you all for joining us today and for this special and meaningful occasion as we officially rename the cornerstone of our district from the R.B. Doolin Center for Education Development to the Doolin Ward Center for Excellence. This was an effort on behalf of the entire board, and we'll call for a resolution later. If I might introduce the board currently, our Vice President, Jane Reinhardt, our treasurer, Carrie Gleason Miller, member Laura Wagner, and there you are. I couldn't see you over Sandra, and member Joe Jacobs. In North Kansas City Schools, this is a rare and truly rare event that we name buildings after individuals. It is a distinction reserved only for those who have made historic and lasting impact on our schools and community. So the last member of our 7-member team is Dr. Terry Ward. And today we continue in that tradition by recognizing an extraordinary leader whose influence will echo through generations of students, educators, and families, Dr. Terry Ward. Dr. Ward has given over 30 years of outstanding service to the Board of Education. During his time with us, he has been a steady and visionary leader, one whose fingerprints are on many of our major achievements that we've made as a district. Because of his tireless dedication, our district stands today stronger financially, stronger academically, and more innovative, as well as more united as a community. During his time on the Board of Education, we have seen transformational changes, the launch of Cool Schools Initiative, ensuring all our buildings are fully air-conditioned, major strides in classroom technology, the opening of Staley High School, the expansion of early childhood education, and the development of multiple district-wide strategic and long-range facilities. As always, at the heart of his service has been a deep and unwavering commitment to student achievement across all schools. It's only fitting that this honor be connected to another trailblazer in our district's tradition, that of Dr. R.B. Doolin. With 22 years of service as our superintendent, the longest in our district's history, Dr. Doolin laid the foundation upon which so many have been built. He believed, as he once said, that a great educational system is the backbone of democracy, a powerful reminder for all of us of the vital role that public schools play in creating a just and thriving society. So this renaming is unique, not only because it honors 2 visionary leaders, but also because it celebrates one special bond, that of a family with a shared purpose. Dr. Doolin was not only a mentor and a model of excellence, but he was also Dr. Ward's father-in-law. They shared a legacy of a testament to what it means to serve with integrity, with purpose, and a passion for public education. So today, we do more than rename a building. We recommit ourselves to those values of excellence, innovation, and community, and the value of public education that both Dr. Doolin and Dr. Ward have championed throughout their careers. On behalf of the entire Board of Education, it is my profound honor to dedicate this space, the Doolin Ward Center for Excellence, a name that not only reflects our past but inspires our future. Thank you, my dear friend, Terry Ward, for your many years of service to North Kansas City Schools. It is with deep gratitude that we wish you all the best in these next chapters of your life. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Sandra Mellinger, daughter of Dr. R.B. Doolin.
Thank you, Jan. You know, I decided to bring this iPad today because I wanted you all to think I was a really techie person. But I don't have a grandchild nearby, so it's just an honor to be here with you and to thank the board and to thank all of you for your kind remarks and for your personal dedication to public education. I'm so pleased that we could be here tonight. I think you all know the Ward family has had a really tough week. And we're happy to tell you that all things ago, Jason should be out of ICU tomorrow. Terry had to pop into the hospital for a couple of days, but he's a tough guy and he has bounced back, and we're just thrilled that he's able to be here tonight, and he's doing very, very well. I was really delighted to be asked to say a few things about our family. It really has been an education family forever. Over 30 years ago, when I first learned that Terry was thinking about running for a seat on the North Kansas City Schools Board of Education, I was surprised. I wondered if he really knew of all the many challenges, and I knew there were many, of what this kind of service entailed. Had he really heard all the stories that our father told Linda and me at the dinner table? Did he know the good, the bad, and the ugly? One of the things I had top of mind was how much flack he would get if school was not closed due to bad weather. And then I remembered it's the superintendent who primarily takes all of that blowback. In fact, what I learned is that Terry really had been listening and learning. What he most certainly learned from our father, who died suddenly in 1990, was that a great public school system is no accident. Truly great schools are the result of tireless hard work by people who deeply care about ensuring the best education possible for our children. People who are devoted and dedicated to the proposition written about so ardently by Thomas Jefferson, who said that a well-educated society is the absolute bedrock of a great nation and fundamentally essential to our democracy. And this greatness begins with a competent and committed Board of Education. I soon learned that our mother, who during our dad's 22 years we privately called the unofficial assistant superintendent, was enthusiastically endorsing her son-in-law. She had pulled out her many directories of organizations to which she belonged, plus the old paper phone book. We all remember that, right? And she was using her landline in her home office dialing for votes. And sure enough, she was joined by many other supporters, and when the votes were counted, Terry had won. They would also, the voters, continue to re-elect Terry again and again over the next 30 years. And coincidentally, that woman who helped you launch your public service career, Terry, for years and years of public service, died 23 years ago today. I know she's smiling down on all of us. Terry has given this important work his very best. You've heard the wonderful comments already, and I'll just highlight a few. Through the years, people have often remarked that Terry was a tireless worker, serving on numerous and multiple committees and several times elected by his fellow board members to serve as their president. His passion and his motto that everything they did had to be the best for kids has been and continues to be his true north compass. His reputation and impact have been noticed and recognized widely. His mastery of the complex and often confusing school finance laws and policies have made him a most valuable asset. State and national educational organizations, other school districts, colleges, and universities have sought him out as a speaker and resource. And he is a recipient of numerous awards, and he will receive another one later this month from UMKC, well deserved. I've lost count of the number of times a current or former North Kansas City teacher has told me, we always knew Dr. Ward had our back. A couple of years ago, our immediate past superintendent, Dr. Danny Clemens, told me that Terry Ward has had his hand on everything we have done in this district since he was first elected. He has been invaluable to us in so many ways. High praise. I also want to lift up my sister Linda, who has faithfully supported Terry's volunteer unpaid work through these last 3 decades. The frequent meetings, sometimes for early mornings through the evenings, the challenges of helping to craft the very best policies, finding the best way to finance the growth, and most of all, the opportunities to hire the absolute best superintendent of schools. The board's highest duty and responsibility is just that. Terry took it all very seriously, and Linda did too. Through it all, she stood beside him as his confidant, sometimes counselor, and guide. Thank you, Linda. Would you give Linda a round of applause? So today we celebrate Terry's commitment, passion, and perseverance. When the going got tough, Terry got going. His curiosity and intellect led him to find solutions to big problems and to work closely with others to make things better. To your point of not standing still. Were I to list them all, we'd be here till midnight. I've been thinking a great deal about the significance of today and the retirement of 2 of Northland's finest from this prestigious board. It occurred to me that when Jan Kalk and Terry Ward leave the building, not exactly like Elvis, but we would hear a large whooshing sound, and it will be the sound of their combined 46 years, nearly half a century of wisdom, vital experience, and institutional knowledge and history walking through these doors. I would highly recommend that each of you has their cell phone numbers on your speed dial. So Terry, on behalf of the Doolin family, we want you to know how proud we are of your achievements in this very public space. To borrow in part from former President Teddy Roosevelt, it is not the critic who counts, not the person who points out how the strong person struggles or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the person who is actually in the arena, who spends himself or herself in a worthy cause, so that their play shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Terry, you have had many victories and some disappointments, to be sure. That's part of public life. Through it all, you served with great character and the highest sense of duty. And I believe that the person who inspired you to do this hard work, Linda's and my father, would be very pleased and would say with pride, "Job well done, son." Congratulations.
Thank you for those heartfelt comments. As we welcome the man of the hour to the podium, I'd like you to turn your attention behind me, and we will see the big reveal.
This is going to be a little tough, but here we go. First of all, I can say that I can't think of a name I'd rather be associated with than that one. Truly, as Sandra suggested, he was my inspiration in getting into doing this. In fact, kind of ironically, the first time I discussed it with him, he said, "You're too young, you don't know enough, don't do it, you've got to wait." And it was about 10 years later before I ran, so I took him to heart. And I've thought many times since then, I would love to sit down with him today and to compare notes. Did I get turned off? Am I back on? There we go. Okay. Very nice trick, Dr. Daniels. Hand me the mic and turn it off. I got to thank you for that. Anyway, what I was saying is I can think of no name I would rather have associated with mine more so than my father-in-law. He truly was an inspiration, and Sandra captured it perfectly. What I said is the first time I discussed running with him, he said, "You're too young. You need more experience. You don't have the breadth of knowledge it takes to do that job right. But I applaud your interest, and when you've got it, then come back and do it." And so unfortunately, he never got to see me run for office. Fortunately, his wife did and was instrumental in my first election. I will forget you. I can't forget a couple of things in that first election. One of my opponents, it was a fun election, by the way. There were 11 people running for 3 seats. Any of you know what kind of a free-for-all that was. Anyway, one of my opponents said we didn't need to get computers. That was nothing but toys for teachers, and they needed to be teaching in the classroom. I beat him, and we went a different direction than he had in mind, thank goodness. When I think back over 30 years, there are a couple of things that jump to the fore for me. One of them is the fact that we had some repair work we had to do. When I came on the board, we hadn't passed a levy or a bond issue in 17 years. We haven't failed one in 25 years. That's put us in a financial position. We were in pretty rocky shape when we started working on it, and we're in really strong shape now and have a foundation that will launch us into the future. To be able to stand here and say we haven't increased a levy in 14 years is kind of pretty good, considering we've added in a number of, I think, 3,500 students over that period of time. We've invested almost $500 million in renovating buildings. I like to think of it at some level that my father-in-law built them, because when he came to the district, there were 6,000 students. When he retired 22 years later, there were 24,000 students. And Linda has told me more than once her summer entertainment was going through buildings under construction and seeing what was going on, because they were building 1 or 2 buildings a year for some period of time. If you go from 6 to 24, things happen like that. And I think one of the things we've done is put the infrastructure that was basically 50 years old, built by him, back in shape, and hopefully it'll carry us the next 40 or 50 years. The other reflection that came to my mind is the contrast with when I came on the board and where we are now. We've added about 7,000 students, but we've also completely changed the demographic makeup of the 22,000 students. But you know, you have a lot of choices to make, and I am so proud to have served with boards that over that period of time have made what I consider to be the absolute right choice, even if it was the tough choice. My understanding of public education is pretty simplistic: to take every student in the district and give them the best possible education we have, which provides them a foundation for their future. And that's what we've done. We've done research, we've tackled things, we haven't been afraid, we've leaned into issues we had to lean into. And as a board, we've locked arms with the administration, and we've worked together to make opportunities for every student in the district. We've recognized that the voters have entrusted us with millions and millions of dollars. But when I look at what's going on in the Northland, I can say we've taken that trust, we've embraced that trust, and we've returned it with dividends. If we can pass a levy last week for $175 million with an 80% positive vote, and that being our 4th straight 80% positive vote on a bond issue, we have rebuilt a bond with our community and a trust with our community. A superintendent departed the district about 3 months before I came on the board. And his attitude was, give us your money and leave us alone, we'll take care of the kids. Well, we started changing that philosophy, and we've seen the benefits of that change. We have trust with our community. For us to be able to go to the community and say, we've got a 10-year plan, but we can't do it all today. So we're going to take this bite first, and then in 3 years, we're going to come back and take another bite. Trust us, we will be back, and we will move forward. And we've done that, and we've done that, and we've done it. And part of that dividend was paid last week. And there are 2 more rounds of this 10-year plan that we need to continue that support. So a phrase of promises made, promises kept is one that we started using a dozen years ago, and we planned to keep using it again and again because it'll be right. I can't tell you how proud I am to have been associated with this district, to have the opportunity to contribute the time, the talents, and the energy that I have and was given, and to be able to stand here and talk proudly about this district. I thought it was fascinating last, 2-3 weeks ago. Dan and Aaron can tell me when it was, but when the Star came out with their endorsements, one of the things they did is talk about the strength of the district and the past strength of the board and how that was so strong and needed to be continued. I thought that was a rather unique writing exercise. I don't know what to call it, but anyway, it was certainly a strong affirmation. And, you know, I've been in one seat for 30 years, but there are many who have come alongside me, my good friend Jan and others who have been there as we've worked and struggled to take what we knew, to take the risk, because we, I think, would have to be recognized as a risk-taking board. But we took the risk, but we did it on an informed basis. We talk about data-driven decisions, and that's what we did. We gathered the data, we made the best decision we knew how. We monitored the results and then either proceeded to continue it or adjust direction, stop and start over, whatever, because the goal wasn't the program, the goal was the kids' education. And if we didn't get it right, we needed to keep trying till we got it right. We don't have it right in every category, but we've got it right in a whole lot we didn't used to. And there are going to be more that have to be tackled. I think it's clear that public education is not sitting in a static environment today. There are opportunities and challenges coming. But I leave with confidence that there are people in place that can embrace those, that can attack those, that have the administrative skills and the leadership skills and the boardsmanship to keep this district moving forward. It is a deep honor for me to accept this very special recognition, and I thank you.
Congratulations to you. In continued congratulations to Dr. Ward, we'd love to invite you into the Doolin Ward Center for Excellence. We have refreshments in the lobby. Thank you for attending today. Come on in and celebrate.